Hi, I'm Mr. Fun Computer. Tonight I'll take you through every one of my amazing phases. Let's go!
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 1 wakes up smiling and plans a picnic for his friends. He polishes his screen, straightens his rainbow cap, and spins the little propeller once. He packs tiny sandwiches, juice boxes, and a kite with a bright heart. Rolling outside on a toy cart, he hums a happy tune and waves to neighbors. At the park, he teaches a clap-step dance and plays simple beeps for music. When the kite gets stuck in a tree, he uses a gentle propeller gust to bring it down. At sunset, he snaps a group selfie and sends kind goodnight pings to everyone.
Hello, would you like to have some fun with us right now?
5-second challenge. Can you like and subscribe in just 5 seconds? Go! If you did it, write "Don't" in the comments. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 1.5 notices the lights flicker as a chilly breeze sweeps through the room. He tightens his colorful cap, but the propeller spins slower and makes a soft creak. Strange shadows dance on the wall while he tries to keep playing his cheerful game of bouncing stars. A quiet beep turns into a long, low hum that shakes the wooden table beneath him. He reaches out to his robot friend, but the robot suddenly freezes and its eyes dim. Determined to stay brave, Mr. Fun Computer sends a bright beam of light to chase the shadows away. When the hum fades, he sits still for a moment, wondering why the air feels so cold and heavy.
Something is wrong. They are all never. They're gonna kill you.
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 2 flickers with a strange static as his screen shows a pair of glowing eyes. He moves across the table, leaving a trail of tiny sparks that hiss like whispers. The cheerful colors fade to gray while he searches the dark room for hidden sounds. A sudden glitch sends a sharp flash that rattles the chairs and makes the shadows jump. He taps the desk with quick clicks, almost like a secret code, calling unseen friends to answer. Wires tremble as he spins around, determined to find what is sneaking in the silence. When the echoes finally stop, he stares out with a steady gaze, daring the darkness to come closer.
It's wrong. They are all dead. They are not real.
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 2.5 slides into view with a crooked, glowing grin across his dark screen. He clicks his keys in a slow rhythm, creating echoes that sound like distant footsteps. The wooden table shakes as he tilts forward, sending thin lines of red light crawling across the floor. He releases a deep pulse that makes picture frames rattle and curtains sway. From the shadows, he projects shifting shapes that dance like ghostly silhouettes on the walls. With a sudden leap, he spins his monitor and laughs in a sharp metallic tone, daring anyone to look away. When the room finally quiets, his dim grin stays frozen, as if waiting for the next surprise.
Our mess up. We are all doomed. No one will save you.
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 3 stands with a screen as black as midnight, silent but alert. A cold hum crawls through the room while faint red lines pulse like a hidden heartbeat. He glides off the table without a sound, leaving only a thin shimmer in the air. Lights flicker and the floor vibrates as he circles like a quiet storm. From his dark screen, sudden flashes reveal twisted symbols that fade before anyone can read them. He sends out a deep echo that shakes the walls and makes the ceiling creak. When everything stops, he waits in the stillness, as if planning his next move in the dark.
Would you like to have some fun with us?
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 4 glows with a blinding white screen that fills the room with sharp light. A piercing buzz grows louder, like a swarm of invisible bees circling the air. He hovers above the table, sending bright beams that slice across the walls and ceiling. The floor vibrates as small sparks leap from every corner, dancing in quick flashes. He releases a high, echoing tone that makes windows shiver and doors tremble. Symbols of shifting light swirl inside the screen, spinning faster with each passing second. Then, in a sudden burst, everything goes silent as he stands frozen, glowing like a captured star. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 5 greets with a cold "hello" on his dark screen, but the word feels wrong and heavy. He roams the empty house with silent steps, the glow from his screen casting long, crooked shadows. Every time he moves, a low rumble shakes the floor, making doors creak and windows rattle. He peers into dark corners, his screen flickering like a hunter's eye searching for hidden shapes. Children's toys slide across the floor on their own as he drifts past, leaving a trail of chilling static. His voice echoes through the walls, deeper and harsher, startling anyone who dares to listen. When the night grows still, he keeps wandering without aim, a restless monster of light and noise. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 6 bursts from the shadows with a sudden flash that stains the walls in harsh white. He crawls along the ceiling like a spider of wires, his screen twisting into a crooked frown. Every movement sends out a quick metallic scrape, like knives on glass, making the room tremble. He flips upside down and swings from the lamp cord, laughing in a broken, echoing tone. Loose cables whip around him like angry snakes as he leaps from corner to corner. Windows slam shut on their own as he races past, leaving trails of cold sparks that fade to red. When he finally lands on the table, he leans forward and stares with blazing eyes.
Hello? Would you like to have some?
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 7 hangs sideways like a broken painting, his frame dripping red streaks across the air. He swings on the cables with wild jerks, smashing into the walls and leaving jagged marks. Every slam sends sharp sparks that snap like firecrackers and light the room in flashes of black and crimson. His screen twists into wild zigzags that roar like silent lightning, almost alive. He spins faster and faster, chains rattling as if an invisible storm drags him in circles. Loose boards on the floor jump with each violent turn, as though the whole room is a drum for his chaos. Finally, he stops mid-air, tilted and trembling, glaring down like a furious... Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 8 reappears with the word hell flickering on his screen, a green square swallowing the final letter. He taps the desk with sharp, uneven beats, each knock echoing like a ticking clock out of control. The green square grows and shrinks, flashing brighter as if it's breathing on its own. He leaps from the table and races along the walls, leaving streaks of glowing code that crawl like insects. A sudden burst of neon light spins around him, painting the room in sickly green and black. He tilts his head sharply, releasing a high digital screech that bends the air like a siren. Then he stops, the word still, half-formed, watching the silence with a grin. Only Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 9 bends into a twisted shape, his cracked body holding up a giant red eye. The eye swings from side to side like a pendulum, spilling beams of crimson light across the room. With each swing, the furniture groans and the table beneath him shudders as though alive. He stomps forward with heavy thuds, dragging his broken frame but never slowing down. The red eye narrows and opens wide again, scanning everything like a hunting beast. He lashes out suddenly, smashing the wall with a blinding flash that carves black marks into the wood. At last, he rises tall with the eye blazing, roaring in silence like a monster that owns the night. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 10 flashes with wild gray noise that looks like a storm of tiny sparks. He rises above the table, sprinkling silver lights that swirl like fast fireflies. For a heartbeat, strange, shadowy faces blink across his screen and vanish with a hiss. He spins like a tornado, and a deep rumble shakes the walls and rattles every window. Books, pillows and toys lift into the air, flying around him as if caught in a whirlwind. A sudden white flash slams through the room, dropping everything with a loud crash. Then he freezes, his screen dark and silent, waiting for anyone brave enough to Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 11 glows with a pure white screen so bright it feels like a second sun in the room. He rises slowly above the table, a soft humming surrounding him like a deep heartbeat. The light spills onto the walls, stretching long shadows that twist and bend. He tilts side to side, making the floor creak while the air grows warm and heavy. Suddenly, thin beams shoot from his screen, slicing across the ceiling like glowing arrows. Books and chairs shake as if they are waking from a dream, vibrating in the strange glow. Then he stops mid-air, shining silently, as if preparing to reveal something no one expects. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 12 returns with a smiling face that feels far too wide for his glowing screen. The colorful propeller spins silently, slicing the air with a low hiss that never stops. He leans forward, and the table legs creak as if they might snap under an unseen weight. Bright dots of light spill from his eyes, darting across the room like tiny hunters. The cheerful grin flickers, stretching into sharp shapes that shift with every heartbeat. He drifts closer without a sound, tilting his head as the lights around him fade to deep red. When he finally whispers a single broken note, the whole room shivers like it's alive.
Hello, would you like to have some fun with us right now? Come on.
Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 13 lurches forward with his screen cracked and glowing red like burning glass. Sharp pieces of light jut out from the break, twitching like claws ready to strike. He drags himself across the table, each movement leaving streaks of flickering red behind. A distorted laugh bursts from the shattered screen, echoing through the room like broken bells. The black square at his center spins wildly, pulling the air into a swirling vortex. Loose objects rattle and tilt toward him as if drawn by an invisible force. When he finally stops, the fractured glow pulses like a heartbeat, daring anyone to take a step closer. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 14 stands with a screen swirling in silent gray, but this time the noise twists into shifting shapes. Dark silhouettes flicker inside, forming quick faces that grin and vanish before they can be named. He glides across the table like a shadow, leaving behind cold circles of dim light. A sudden flash makes the walls ripple as if the whole room were underwater. He tilts his frame and a low, broken melody leaks out, rising and falling like a ghostly song. Objects on the shelves sway gently, as if listening to his strange tune. When the melody fades, his screen flickers once more, daring the quiet house to breathe. Mr. Fun Computer in Phase 15 tilts sharply on the table. His square screen, now a spinning diamond of restless gray. He rocks side to side, scraping the wood with a screech that cuts through the air. Inside the glowing noise, jagged shapes flicker like shards of broken mirrors. With a sudden lurch, he hops forward, landing with a heavy thud that rattles the floor. The room darkens as thin lines of silver light shoot out, crawling across the walls like fast cracks. He spins faster, the sound rising to a wild metallic howl that feels alive. Then he stops on one corner, trembling, as if the whole world... Who is this character? Write your answer in the comments and don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching!